Hey y'all, what's up? What's good? It's your girl Malia, also known as All About Me. You can follow me on all socials. But yeah, if you guys are ready, then let's get into this video. Okay, y'all. So before we get into this video, I was going to say I'm eating dinner. I'm eating some turkey wings with macaroni and cheese, with rice-a-roni, collard greens, and biscuits. That's my Sunday dinner for today. So we're just gonna have a little talk, and we finna get into this food. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, y'all. So before we even get into this video, I just want to say I did eat, I was just eating my food like a few minutes ago, so my food is already eaten for the most part. But I just want to eat and talk since I haven't been on here in a minute. After that last video, I haven't really been on here like that because, you know, problems and stuff. I won't say problems, but just certain stuff was going around in my life that I wanted to, you know, cool down to, and that I wanted to just take time and heal from, you know. But yeah, so let's get into it. So a lot of you guys was wondering so let's just hop into the dad topic, because a lot of you guys was wondering about that. A lot of you guys was wondering if me and my dad still talk. We do / don't. And I'm gonna say this right now. We do, because we're starting back talking. Don't mind what's on my hand, y'all. Subscribe. But yeah, so me and my dad, we're back talking. If you guys seen from my last video, I haven't talked to him in like over a month. No. Over like a few months since last year. I don't know if you guys are wondering, why you stopped talking to your dad for so long? It's because I needed to take time out for myself. I needed to take time out for myself and really like take everything in, as far as, you know, just everything in general. I am still hurt, and I don't think I'm gonna heal from it anytime soon. But do I love my dad still? Yes. I'm not gonna say that I don't love him, in the sense of not wanting to talk to him at all. Because yes, he does stay on my mind pretty frequently. It's just the fact of the matter of principle. I wasn't talking to him for a good minute. And I know that's rare. And I know that's rare because there's a lot of kids out there who may not have a dad, or who doesn't talk to their dad, or whatever the case is, and I'm sorry. But as far as my dad is in my life. But I can't keep going through the same thing over and over again. What do I mean by that? I can't keep getting hurt. That's like me going back to a toxic relationship. I can't keep doing that. Because at the end of the day, I know my worth, and I know myself. I know my value within myself. Oh, by the way, y'all, I'm so sorry. Let me do the thumbnail. I'm so sorry. Wait. Because I don't want my food to fall. I'm gonna be mad. Okay. So, yeah, so, like I said before, I don't want to end up getting hurt again. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. That's like me leaving. That's like me going back to the toxic relationship that I wanted to leave from, you know? And I feel like that's the same thing that I've been through with my dad. Throughout my years, I've been hurt. I've been mistreated. Besides my dad, it's just been boys in general, but we're talking about my dad in a sense. I've been hurt. I've been practically neglected. I wouldn't say neglected as far as, you know, not eating or like, no. I'm saying as far as how my dad treated me. Neglecting. Like, he didn't care. He was supposed to call me this morning when he got up because I wanted to talk to him about something, but he didn't call me. So, and I'm not even surprised because he did that way before. Said he was going to do something and not did it, and not do it. So it doesn't surprise me that he didn't call me, because at this point, I don't trust what he's saying. He lost my trust. And I might say that to him too, like, Dad, to be honest, you lost my trust. I can't trust you anymore. And that may hit him hard because I'm his baby. But how can I be your baby when you're treating me like this? I even told Lyric. I said this. I said, yo. I was on the phone with him and I had him on speaker so that way Lyric can hear what he was saying. He said he was going to call me back later. Well, today, this morning. I did this to him. Because my dad, no. And I talk about my dad's Lyric all the time. Literally. All the time. Because it's like, that's the only way for me to heal. You know? I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, that's the only way for me to heal. Is if I repetitively talk about it. Does it hurt? Does it open my mental scar? It does a little bit, but I learned to heal from it and accept my dad for who he is. I learned to just accept my dad for who he is and not block him out, because when you block somebody out, and this is a life lesson for you or for y'all, when y'all block someone out, it pushes them away even more, versus like pushes them away even more when you go and try and talk to them about the situation or whatever the problem is, like, you know. So I feel like I was just thinking about my dad, and it was his birthday on the night. So I said, you know, why not call him? Why not give him a call? It's his birthday. You know, I haven't talked to him to my dad in a minute, so why not talk to him? I gave him a call, wished him a happy birthday, and we spoke. No, I'm gonna say this. Talking to my dad really took a toll on me, because although my dad may have his messed up ways and how he treats me and how he does certain stuff, that still doesn't define the love that I have for my father. Because at the end of the day, I was thinking about my dad. Before I even stopped talking to him, I was thinking about him, like, dang, I wonder how he's doing. But I don't want to end up calling him, and he asked me to come over, and I go over there to his house, and I'm just there just to be there. I don't want to be like that. you either with me while I'm here, or I could have just stayed home. Like, I don't have time for the BS. Like, I'm literally going from one home to another home just to do the same stuff that I could have just did at my first home. So, and for a lot of you guys was wondering, I was practically raised in a broken home. I don't say that a lot because I don't want to brag about it as if it's something good. But I learned to just accept that. Because at the end of the day, I have to understand that my dad is going to be my dad. I can't change who my dad is, you know? I can't change who he is. I can't change how he moves. I can't change that. I can't change how he thinks. I can't change how he eats. I can't change how he dresses. I can't even change how he goes out here in this world and messes up in life. I can't do that. The only thing that I can change is my response to certain stuff and my reaction to certain things. And I learned to just sit back, take a deep breath, and just let everything go. Because I felt like everything that my dad put me and my mom through, and I was always in the middle of it. Always. When I was young, like I'm talking like 6, 7 years old young. My dad and my mom used to always talk. Whenever my dad would come pick me up or whatever, they will always talk. And my dad just got bitter every single time. Because he still misses my mom, obviously. But my dad is married. Both of my parents are married. But they're not together, but they're married. So, like, okay. They're married to other spouses, but they're not together. Like, they're no longer together. They're married. My mom's married to this person. My dad's married to that person. That's basically what I'm saying. So, yeah, like, I can't keep sitting here. I can't keep sitting here waiting for something to happen. I can't. It hurts to say. It hurts to say, but my dad did that to himself. He doesn't want to take responsibility and accountability of his own actions. If I was to say this to him, he would have had a problem with it. He would have had a problem with it, and it would have been an issue to the point where me and him would just stop talking. Okay. That's not the relationship that I want with my father. I want a relationship where we can both talk things out. You understand where I'm coming from, and I understand where you're coming from. We both, tag team. We both admit to our wrongs. I wasn't wrong for treating you like this, Leah. I'm sorry all this had to come to an, I won't say to come to an end, but I'm sorry I'm treating you like this. I never intended to hurt you. That was never my intent. I never intended on doing that. That's how we talk through things. Not if I was to talk to him about how he messed up and how he treated me and how he kept talking about my mom and all this other stuff. If I was to tell him about if I was to basically shine the light in his face and open up a light all to his fucked up flaws, he would have had a problem with that. And then he would have bashed it out on me. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you where you're wrong, and you're taking that and reflecting it back on me. Now here goes his wife. Now I'm saying this respectfully, but I can't be respectful to them no more. But I'm saying this about her respectfully. Now here comes his wife, coming into the problem. before I even got into, like, before I even knew his wife, I'm not even gonna say her name, but for just, I know her name, but I'm not gonna say it. Okay, for her name, it's going to be Jessica. That's the name. So Jessica, if me and my dad was talking, let's say my dad's name is Rick. I'm making up some bullshit ass names because I don't want y'all to know my actual dad's name. So my dad's actual name. So let's say if me and Rick was talking, Jessica would have came into play and said something that had nothing to do with what me and my dad was talking about. Then I would say something to her or to them about what's been going on or whatever. Or I would tell her, Mrs. Jackie, I'm not talking. Mrs. Jessica, I'm not talking to you. This is between me and my dad, Rick. She would have had a problem with that. But you can't get a problem with that because you're not even in the when you wasn't even in the picture. You get it? So yeah, I'm gonna blur her name, but like I just said, but yeah. Then so how can you replace me? And he replaced me. How can you replace me with somebody that I came before? It don't make no sense. I don't want it to. I don't know how. I want it to make sense, but it doesn't make sense. You replaced me with somebody that came after me. You knew me before you knew her. So how can you replace me with her? It don't make sense.